Picture this, a fierce storm at sea, whipping the waves into a frenzy, capsizing vessels and reshaping the fate of nations overnight. As the tempest rages, destinies are rewritten, political powers shift, and entire societies are forever altered. Our world has been molded by the subtleties and might of weather more times than you might realize. Welcome to a journey through history unlike any other, where we explore 20 remarkable instances when weather didn't just influence events but transformed them fundamentally. From the chill of a harsh winter that brought mighty empires to their knees to unexpected rains that turned the tide of legendary battles, weather has been a silent yet powerful narrator in the story of humanity. Understanding these phenomena opens a window into the profound impact that natural forces have had on our journey through time. Stay with us as we unravel these mysteries, showcasing how the skies above have dictated the course of history, influencing everything from grand military strategies to the very survival of civilizations. Get ready to see history from a new perspective, where weather is not merely a backdrop but a pivotal character in the saga of human endeavor. Now turning to the Great Storm of 1703, an event that left an indelible mark on British history. This tempest was not just a meteorological marvel but a harrowing ordeal that ravaged the English countryside and seas with unprecedented fury. The storm struck with such ferocity that it annihilated the naval fleet, leaving ships shattered and sailors at the mercy of the icy waters. Entire towns found themselves engulfed, with homes reduced to rubble and the economy spiraling into chaos. The ramifications were endless and profound. Politically, Britain was forced to reconsider its naval superiority, as the losses were monumental and illuminated the vulnerability of even the mightiest empire. In the aftermath, there was an urgent shift in maritime policies, prompting advancements that would forever change naval construction and strategies. This storm also underscored the critical need for understanding meteorological phenomena, planting the seeds for modern weather forecasting. Historical records paint a vivid picture of this disaster, revealing the desperation and resilience of those who lived through it. This cataclysmic event serves as a poignant reminder of nature's unpredictable power and its ability to alter the course of nations in a matter of days. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we continue our exploration into how weather has shaped human destiny in profound ways. As the next challenge unfolds, we move to the treacherous winter of 1812, when Napoleon Bonaparte's ambitious Russian campaign met its icy demise. Napoleon's Grand Armée, an imposing force of over 600,000 troops, seemed unstoppable. Yet the Russian winter proved to be a foe unlike any other. As the army pressed deeper into Russian territory, the brutal cold began to take its toll. Temperatures plummeted to bone-chilling lows, and the once confident soldiers found themselves ill-equipped to handle the onslaught of snow and freezing winds. The logistical plans that had seemed so foolproof faltered as supply lines froze, wagons broke down, and horses perished by the thousands. Morale among the troops shattered as they faced hunger, disease, and relentless snowstorms. Napoleon's strategic miscalculations were starkly illuminated by the Russian forces, who adeptly retreated deeper into their homeland, drawing the French into a frozen trap. The weather, harsh and unyielding, became a formidable ally to the Russians, turning what was supposed to be a swift and decisive conquest into an agonizing retreat. With frostbite claiming more lives than the battles themselves, the once mighty Grand Armée dwindled to a mere fraction of its original size. Maps and historical accounts vividly depict the perilous journey back to France, a path littered with the remnants of what was once Europe's most powerful army. This catastrophic retreat not only marked a turning point in the Napoleonic Wars, but also underscored the relentless and often overlooked power of nature in shaping human history. Moving forward, we uncover yet another instance where weather played a pivotal role in altering the fate of nations. Now turning to the pivotal moments of 1815, we find ourselves at the Battle of Waterloo, where heavy rains played an unexpected but decisive role. As Napoleon prepared for what he hoped would be a swift victory, the skies unleashed a deluge that turned the battlefield into a muddy quagmire. This unforeseen weather condition significantly hampered troop movement and delayed the French attack, providing the Allied forces, led by the Duke of Wellington, with precious time to consolidate their positions. The rain-soaked ground made it nearly impossible for Napoleon's cavalry to maneuver effectively, undermining one of his key tactical advantages. Throughout the day, soldiers struggled through the mire, their pace slowed and their formations disrupted. The relentless mud sapped the energy of the men and horses alike, further complicating the French battle strategy. As the day wore on, the sun began to dry the fields, but the damage was done. The delay allowed the Prussian army, under the command of General Blücher, to arrive and support the beleaguered Allied troops. Together, they turned the tide against Napoleon. This convergence of forces sealed the fate of Napoleon's ambitions and marked the end of his rule, reshaping the political landscape of Europe for decades to come. Period illustrations and vivid reenactments depict the grim struggle faced by both sides, offering a stark reminder of how weather can alter the course of history. With the next phase of this journey in sight, we delve into an event where weather did not merely influence tactics, but dictated the very survival of a nation. As the next challenge unfolds, we set our course to the mid-19th century, to the heart of Ireland, where weather played a critical role in shaping the destiny of an entire nation. The Irish Potato Famine, a calamity that spanned from 1845 to 1852, was largely precipitated by a series of unusually wet summers that created ideal conditions for a fungal disease known as late blight. This blight decimated potato crops, which were the staple food source for millions of Irish families. With their primary sustenance destroyed, the rural population faced severe hunger and malnutrition. The social fabric of Ireland was torn apart as desperation set in, leading to widespread suffering. Economically, the famine devastated the agrarian society, plunging it into chaos. Workhouses overflowed, and the government struggled to respond effectively, exacerbating the crisis. As starvation gripped the land, many were left with little choice but to emigrate, seeking refuge and opportunities elsewhere, primarily in the United States and Canada. This mass exodus led to significant demographic shifts, altering the population landscape not only in Ireland but in the countries where these emigrants sought a new beginning. The cultural and familial links between Ireland and its diaspora were forged in these dark times, leaving a lasting legacy. Through historical photographs and charts, we can visualize the profound impact of this catastrophe, underscoring the magnitude of the upheaval caused by the whims of weather. And as we turn the page to another moment where weather steered human events, we witness the harsh lessons nature imparted during the Dust Bowl of the 1930s, a time when the relentless drought and dust storms reshaped the American Great Plains and its people. Now turning to the Dust Bowl of the 1930s, a period fraught with severe drought and relentless dust storms that battered the American Great Plains. These environmental calamities wreaked havoc on agriculture, stripping fields bare and leaving the land scarred. Farmers faced an unprecedented crisis as the fertile soil, once the backbone of their livelihood, was swept away by winds that spared no mercy. Families, their lives intertwined with the land, found themselves in a struggle for survival as crops failed and horizons turned desolate. This devastation also rippled through the socio-economic fabric of the time, deepening the woes of the Great Depression. As the dust settled over dreams, countless families were compelled to uproot their lives, embarking on a difficult journey westward in search of new beginnings, primarily in California. These migration patterns not only reshaped communities but also etched profound lessons into the collective consciousness about the necessity of sustainable farming practices and soil conservation. The resilience and adaptability born from these trials taught future generations valuable environmental stewardship lessons. With archival footage and poignant interviews with descendants, we can delve deeper into the human experience and resilience of this era. This compelling chapter of history serves as a stark reminder of the enduring power of nature and the consequences of neglecting the environment. And as we look ahead to the next historical moment shaped by weather, we find ourselves on the tactical shores of 1944, where precise forecasts were instrumental in turning the tides of World War II during the D-Day invasion. As the next chapter unfolds in 1944, we find ourselves amidst one of the most critical operations of World War II, the D-Day invasion. Allied forces meticulously planned the invasion of Normandy, where weather forecasting became a pivotal element in the success of this monumental military effort. The operation, originally scheduled for June 5th, faced potential delays due to unexpected weather conditions that threatened to jeopardize the entire assault. The stakes were incredibly high, and a precise forecast was paramount. Meteorologists working under immense pressure were tasked with predicting a narrow window of opportunity. Their forecasts revealed that a brief improvement in weather conditions could occur on June 6th, allowing the invasion to proceed with the least resistance from the elements. This crucial weather insight enabled the Allied commanders to launch the operation with confidence. The successful landing and subsequent liberation hinged heavily on this accurate weather prediction. Detailed reports and diagrams from this period illustrate how the power of precise meteorological data played an unsung role in planning and executing the invasion, altering the course of the war significantly. These insights not only highlight the role of weather in historical military strategy, but also emphasize the critical importance of weather forecasting in tactical decision-making. As we move forward, the impact of weather on pivotal historical events continues to reveal itself in ever more unexpected ways. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we are drawn into the heart of 2005, a year when Hurricane Katrina unleashed its fury upon New Orleans, forever altering not just the city but the entire landscape of disaster management policies in the United States. This catastrophic event, marking one of the most devastating hurricanes in American history, left a trail of destruction and chaos that resonated deeply across the nation. The storm surge overwhelmed levees, flooding vast areas and displacing hundreds of thousands of residents. The socio-political aftermath was profound, as the inadequate response exposed significant lapses in emergency preparedness and infrastructure resilience. This disaster became a turning point, prompting comprehensive evaluations and reforms in how cities are designed to withstand natural calamities. Urban planning, particularly in flood-prone areas, saw significant shifts aimed at enhancing resilience and sustainability. The discussions catalyzed by Hurricane Katrina also underscored the growing urgency to address climate change, as extreme weather patterns became increasingly linked to global warming. This singular storm served as a wake-up call, illustrating the pressing need for coordinated and proactive measures to protect vulnerable communities. The vivid imagery captured through satellite eyes and news lenses paints a haunting picture of Katrina's devastating path, yet also serves as a powerful reminder of our need to adapt and evolve in the face of nature's immense power. As we reflect on the lessons of Hurricane Katrina, we turn our gaze forward, ready to uncover more stories where weather has indelibly shaped human history. As the next challenge unfolds, we enter the period known as the Little Ice Age, a time stretching from the 14th to the 19th century. This era of cooling reshaped Europe in profound and enduring ways. During these centuries, agriculture faced significant challenges due to shortened growing seasons and colder temperatures. Harvests failed more frequently, leading to food shortages and economic instability. As grains and crops struggled under the chill, societies were driven to adapt creatively to these harsh conditions. The economic impacts were far-reaching, influencing trade routes and market dynamics as nations sought to overcome the scarcity of food supplies. Yet amidst these hardships, a unique cultural phenomenon emerged: the rise of winter festivals. Faced with longer winters, communities found solace and joy in gathering for festive events on frozen rivers and snow-laden landscapes. These celebrations not only provided relief from the harsh climates but also forged stronger communal bonds. Meanwhile, societies had to innovate to survive, developing new agricultural techniques and strategies to cope with the persistent cold. Historical paintings and records from this period reveal a landscape marked by snow and ice, depicting scenes of frosty fields and frozen waterways that were both disruptive and beautiful. The Little Ice Age serves as a reminder of nature's unpredictability and the resilience required to navigate its challenges. This cooling period left an indelible mark on European societies, influencing lifestyles, economies, and even cultural expressions in ways that resonate with us even today. As we reflect on these historical shifts, we continue on our journey, eager to explore how weather has continued to shape human events throughout history. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we delve into the dramatic events surrounding the eruption of Mount Tambora in 1815. This volcanic explosion on the Indonesian island unexpectedly set off a series of climatic disruptions that echoed around the globe. Known famously as the year without a summer, the atmospheric aftermath of Tambora's eruption was catastrophic, creating vast ash clouds that blocked sunlight and led to drastic temperature drops worldwide. The eruption released millions of tons of volcanic material into the atmosphere, which significantly altered global weather patterns. As a result, the summer of 1816 was marked by chilling temperatures and persistent gloomy skies, an unusual anomaly that wreaked havoc on agriculture. Crops withered in the cold, leading to failed harvests, severe food shortages, and widespread famine. Particularly in Europe and North America, communities struggled to cope with the scarcity, forcing many to migrate in search of sustenance and stability. The climate upheaval prompted significant migrations as people moved to areas less impacted by these harsh conditions. Beyond the immediate survival, this period of hardship inspired unique cultural shifts, influencing literature and art in profound ways. The eerie weather and its consequences are vividly captured in artistic works from this time, enriching our understanding of the era's emotional and social landscape. Geological studies reinforce the scale of Tambora's impact, revealing layers of volcanic ash and ice cores that serve as a testament to nature's formidable power. As we explore these historical narratives, we see how interconnected our global ecosystem is with the powerful forces of nature. This volcanic event stands as a stark reminder of how swiftly the environment can alter the course of human history, prompting reflection on our own resilience in the face of natural challenges. Now turning to our next exploration, we will uncover another fascinating instance where weather played a pivotal role in shaping historical events. Moving forward, we find ourselves in the churning seas of the late 16th century, where the formidable Spanish Armada embarked on its fateful journey in 1588. This fleet, intended to conquer England, encountered an unpredictable adversary in the form of fierce storms. These violent tempests proved to be a decisive factor in the outcome of this historic confrontation. As the Spanish ships approached the English Channel, a series of relentless weather patterns disrupted their carefully laid plans. The powerful winds and turbulent waters disoriented the Spanish fleet, leading to confusion and chaos among the ships. Many vessels were scattered, driven off course, or even destroyed by the ferocious waves. This meteorological mayhem acted as an unexpected ally to the English forces, who seized the opportunity to strike with strategic precision. The inclement weather not only thwarted the Spanish plans but also inflicted significant losses on their naval power, sinking several key ships and diminishing their formidable presence. The battered armada's retreat marked a turning point, shifting the balance of power in Europe and heralding the rise of England as a dominant maritime force. This historic event highlights the unpredictable nature of weather as a potent force in military strategy and its capacity to alter the fate of nations. In examining naval charts and historical accounts, the scope of the Armada's defeat vividly comes to life, painting a picture of a fleet brought low not just by enemy action, but by the uncontrollable and often capricious forces of nature. As we navigate the annals of history, let this serve as a reminder of how the elements can unpredictably shape human endeavors, with far-reaching consequences that echo through time. Now, as our exploration of these powerful historical moments continues, we delve deeper into another riveting episode where the elements influenced the course of human affairs. As the next challenge unfolds, we find ourselves engulfed by the fierce blizzard of 1888, a storm of unprecedented fury that swept across the northeastern United States. This relentless snowstorm halted life as it blanketed cities under feet of snow, bringing bustling metropolises to an abrupt standstill. The storm's ferocious winds and white-out conditions turned familiar streets into treacherous terrains, making travel perilous and isolating communities from one another. Infrastructure faltered as telegraph lines succumbed to the weight of the snow and icy winds, crippling communication. The severe impact of this natural disaster highlighted the vulnerabilities in urban infrastructure, leading to a groundbreaking shift towards burying utility lines underground for greater resilience against future tempests. Amidst this chilling chaos, stories of human resilience and community spirit shone brightly. Neighbors banded together, navigating the icy labyrinths to provide food and comfort to those trapped in the storm's icy grip. Newspapers and photographs from the era document harrowing tales of survival and determination, showcasing the indomitable human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. This historic blizzard serves as a testament to both the power of nature and the enduring ability of society to adapt and innovate in response to its challenges. As we continue to unravel more captivating weather-inflicted events, the blizzard of 1888 remains a stark reminder of how nature can provoke change, not only in landscapes but in the very fabric of human resilience and innovation. Moving forward, we journey back to the year 1281, a time when the Mongol Empire, under the command of Kublai Khan, aimed to extend its vast dominion to the islands of Japan. However, this ambitious conquest faced an unexpected adversary, the typhoons, which the Japanese later revered as divine winds or kamikaze. These formidable storms, with their fierce winds and torrential rains, struck with such intensity that they devastated the Mongol fleets, dismantling what seemed like an unstoppable force. The powerful storms swept the invading ships away, leaving the imperial legions in disarray and forcing a hasty retreat from Japanese shores. This extraordinary intervention by nature not only preserved Japan from foreign domination, but also became deeply woven into its cultural narrative. The tale of the divine winds symbolized divine protection and the idea that Japan was uniquely safeguarded by natural and spiritual forces. Historical texts and artistic depictions from that era celebrate the typhoons as a miraculous defense, emphasizing their role in thwarting the invaders and shaping the enduring legend of a nation blessed by celestial guardians. This monumental episode illustrates how weather can alter the course of history, influencing not only military outcomes but also cultural and national identity. As we continue to explore the compelling history that weather has penned, the divine winds stand as a powerful reminder of nature's profound impact on the human saga. Now turning to the devastation wreaked by Hurricane Harvey in 2017, we confront one of the most dramatic examples of how weather can reshape lives and landscapes. This massive storm poured unprecedented rainfall over Texas, transforming roads into rivers and neighborhoods into lakes. The sheer scale of flooding was unlike anything seen before, crippling industries and displacing countless families. Homes were submerged, businesses shuttered, and entire communities found themselves navigating a new reality. The impact of Hurricane Harvey was not confined to physical destruction alone. It spurred significant changes in policy and community resilience strategies. In Harvey's wake, city officials and planners recognized the urgent need for improved infrastructure, leading to new flood mitigation projects and more stringent building codes. These policy shifts were designed to better prepare for future storms, reflecting lessons learned under dire circumstances. Community resilience also evolved as neighbors banded together to offer aid and support, demonstrating an inspiring spirit of solidarity amid adversity. Hurricane Harvey's legacy is a testament to both the destructive power of nature and the resilience of human communities faced with overwhelming challenges. This disaster prompted a re-evaluation of disaster preparedness, pushing for innovation and adaptation in the face of a changing climate. As we reflect on these moments when weather shakes the very core of societies, we see not only the vulnerabilities exposed but also the enduring strength that emerges when communities rise to rebuild and resist. Moving forward to the Great Flood of 1862, we dive into a catastrophic event that dramatically altered California's economy and terrain. For weeks, relentless rain battered the region, culminating in floodwaters that stretched across the Sacramento and San Joaquin valleys. This immense flooding transformed fertile farmlands into vast lakes, leaving cities and towns submerged. Infrastructure was overwhelmed, with levees bursting under the pressure and homes washed away. The economic repercussions were severe. Agriculture, the backbone of the state's prosperity, faced crippling losses, and the impacts rippled through the economy. The flood interrupted trade routes, isolating communities and disrupting daily life. But from this disaster emerged crucial lessons in flood management and state preparedness. Historical documents from the period reveal a concerted effort to understand and mitigate the risks posed by future floods. Engineers and city planners began to prioritize flood control measures, leading to the construction of more resilient levees and canals. Additionally, state officials recognized the necessity for improved emergency response plans to safeguard both lives and property from nature's fury. These forward-thinking strategies laid the groundwork for modern flood management, emphasizing the importance of adaptability and resilience in the face of environmental challenges. As the legacy of the Great Flood of 1862 endures, it underscores the vital connection between natural events and societal evolution, demonstrating how communities can grow stronger through understanding and preparing for nature's unpredictability. With these lessons in mind, we turn our attention to another pivotal moment in history when weather once again emerged as a formidable force. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we delve into the French Revolution, a transformative period significantly influenced by the weather. Severe climatic conditions during the late 18th century played a pivotal role in the onset of revolutionary fervor. Harsh winters and torrential rains led to poor harvests, creating widespread food shortages that heightened public unrest. Bread, a staple of the French diet, became scarce and prohibitively expensive, further fueling discontent among the populace. The urban poor, already struggling to make ends meet, faced increased suffering as the cost of living soared. In this turbulent environment, economic crises became more pronounced. Taxation, already a heavy burden on the common people, felt even more oppressive as incomes dwindled. The stark contrast between the suffering commoners and the extravagant lifestyle of the nobility sparked anger and resentment. With anger brewing among the masses, societal tensions reached a breaking point, ultimately culminating in the revolutionary outbreak that reshaped France. Contemporary accounts and economic data from this period highlight the significant link between climatic hardships and revolutionary conditions. As people demanded change, the struggle for equality and justice took root, driven by both ideological aspirations and the harsh realities of survival. This serves as a poignant reminder of how weather can amplify existing grievances, acting as a catalyst for monumental societal shifts. Understanding this connection offers valuable insights into the ways natural phenomena can influence human history, setting the stage for the next chapter of our exploration into weather's impact on pivotal historical events. Now turning to the Suez Crisis of 1956, we focus on a rare weather phenomenon that played a surprising role in this intense standoff. The Suez Crisis was a geopolitical flashpoint involving Egypt, Israel, the United Kingdom, and France. A significant, unexpected factor was the occurrence of a severe sandstorm that descended upon the region during military operations. This natural event disrupted visibility and hampered communication, affecting strategic decisions on the ground. Military units found their operations impeded as the storm caused confusion and disarray, forcing a temporary halt in maneuvers. In the swirling chaos, this sandstorm inadvertently influenced the timing and effectiveness of military strategies, contributing to an unpredictable turn of events. On the diplomatic front, the sandstorm introduced an element of unpredictability that altered the pace of negotiations and shaped political dynamics. The weather's interference required swift adjustments to military and diplomatic plans, highlighting the ever-present influence of nature in human affairs. Historical accounts from newsreels and military records depict how this meteorological surprise contributed to the conflict's eventual resolution. This incident underscores the role of weather as an unforeseen variable with the power to impact significant geopolitical outcomes. Such events remind us that even in the realm of strategic human endeavors, the forces of nature can play a crucial and sometimes decisive role. As we comprehend these far-reaching implications, the narrative advances, deepening our understanding of weather's multifaceted impact on history's grand stage. As the next challenge unfolds, we delve into the tragic story of the Johnstown flood of 1889, a disaster that forever altered a community and left its mark on engineering and legal standards nationwide. Torrential rains poured relentlessly over the South Fork Dam, an earth-fill embankment holding back Lake Conemaugh in Pennsylvania. The dam, already compromised by neglect and poor maintenance, could not withstand the overwhelming force of nature. On one fateful day in May, the dam failed catastrophically, unleashing a wall of water that roared through the valley, obliterating everything in its path. Over 2,000 lives were tragically lost as the town of Johnstown was submerged under millions of tons of water, debris, and wreckage. The sheer devastation prompted immediate national attention and a response from organizations like the American Red Cross, which marked one of its first major disaster relief efforts. The flood was not just a natural disaster, it spotlighted human error and negligence. It sparked a re-evaluation of engineering practices and led to legal changes emphasizing dam safety and accountability. Survivor testimonies from that time speak of the suddenness of the flood and the unimaginable destruction it wrought. As heart-wrenching stories of loss and survival emerged, they served as powerful reminders of the importance of regulation and oversight in infrastructure projects. Through photographs and vivid accounts, the Johnstown flood remains a poignant chapter in history, a testament to the consequences of both natural and man-made influences. This event underscores the vital need for vigilance in the face of nature's unpredictable forces, pushing us forward in our exploration of weather's transformative power over human history. Moving forward, we examine the catastrophic Zambezi River flood of 1958, a historic event that reshaped colonial and local communities in Africa. As the rains intensified, the mighty river breached its banks, sweeping across vast stretches of land with unstoppable force. The deluge displaced thousands, forcing communities to flee their homes and seek refuge on higher ground. This sudden upheaval disrupted traditional settlement patterns as entire villages were swallowed by the rising waters, transforming the landscape in its wake. The flood's impact did not stop at the physical destruction. It extended to significant policy shifts as well. Colonial authorities and local leaders were compelled to reevaluate existing land management practices. The pressing need for improved flood control mechanisms and sustainable agricultural techniques became evident, fostering a new wave of environmental awareness and adaptation strategies. The societal consequences were equally profound. Communities were not only forced to rebuild their lives from scratch, but also to navigate complex socio-political changes. The flood exposed the vulnerabilities of existing infrastructure and highlighted disparities in resource distribution, prompting discussions on equitable development. Interviews from survivors paint a vivid picture of resilience and determination, capturing the essence of human spirit amidst adversity. Aerial images from that period reveal the vast expanse of water that irrevocably altered the landscape, a testament to nature's formidable power. The Zambezi River flood serves as a pivotal reminder of the intricate interplay between natural events and human societies, urging us to consider the enduring lessons in environmental stewardship and community resilience as we continue our journey through weather's historical influence. As the next challenge unfolds, we delve into the year 1816, famously dubbed the year without a summer. This extraordinary climatic anomaly was precipitated by the colossal eruption of Mount Tambora in 1815, which unleashed a vast cloud of ash into the atmosphere, encircling the globe and reducing temperatures worldwide. In Europe, the repercussions were dire. Entire communities faced bleak prospects as widespread crop failures led to food shortages, sparking outbreaks of famine and disease. With harvests decimated by unseasonal frosts and incessant rains, the agricultural sector struggled to meet basic demands, ushering in economic hardships for both farmers and consumers alike. Yet, adversity often breeds innovation and creativity, and the cultural responses to this climatic crisis were profound. The bleak atmosphere and sense of doom seeped into the arts, influencing writers and artists to explore themes of despair and hope. In the summer of 1816, a group of friends, including Mary Shelley, were inspired to create ghost stories while trapped indoors by persistent rainfall. This gathering famously led to the birth of Frankenstein, a literary masterpiece reflecting the era's tumultuous spirit. Beyond literature, technological innovations emerged as communities sought new ways to adapt to the harsh climatic conditions. The necessity to overcome challenges engendered by the year without a summer fostered advancements in agricultural techniques and tools, paving the way for future resilience against environmental fluctuations. Historical accounts and artistic works from the period encapsulate the creativity and ingenuity forged in the crucible of adversity. The year without a summer serves not only as a testament to nature's unpredictable power, but also as an enduring reminder of the human capacity for adaptation and resilience. Moving forward, our journey continues as we explore yet another moment in history where weather played a pivotal role in shaping the course of events. As the next chapter unfolds, we find ourselves in the harsh winter of 1944, amid the critical World War II confrontation known as the Battle of the Bulge. This fierce conflict tested not only the strategic prowess of both the Allied and Axis forces, but also their resilience in the face of one of the most severe winters in European history. The bitter cold and relentless snow severely hindered movement and visibility, creating an environment where even the most meticulously laid plans could unravel. Troops on both sides struggled with frozen machinery, supply shortages, and the grueling physical toll exacted by the unforgiving weather. The surprise German offensive aimed to divide Allied lines and capture crucial supply points. However, the icy conditions slowed their advance, giving the Allies precious time to regroup and counter the assault. Despite these challenges, many pivotal decisions were made in response to the unpredictable weather. For example, the decision to delay attacks or change routes often hinged on the latest forecasts and environmental conditions. These weather-induced strategic shifts played a crucial role in the eventual outcome of the battle. Ultimately, the Allies' ability to adapt to and endure the harsh winter conditions contributed significantly to their success, marking a turning point in the war. The Battle of the Bulge stands as a stark reminder of how nature can influence human conflict, where the elements can be as formidable as any human adversary. As we move beyond this frosty battleground, we continue our exploration of history's moments profoundly shaped by weather's unpredictable hand. Now turning to a captivating period in London's past, the Thames Frost Fairs offer a glimpse into a world where winter's icy grip transformed a vital waterway into a bustling festival ground. Between the 17th and 19th centuries, when the River Thames would freeze over, the city embraced the cold with a unique blend of commerce, entertainment, and community spirit. These frost fairs became legendary, hosting an array of activities that drew people from all walks of life. Markets sprang up on the ice, with vendors peddling food, drink, and handmade goods, while makeshift taverns and coffeehouses catered to revelers seeking warmth and company. Thrill seekers and families alike found entertainment in ice skating, sledding, and puppet shows as the frozen river transformed into a lively celebration of winter. The fairs also served as a platform for economic activity, providing a temporary livelihood for many during the harsh months when traditional work waned. Artists and writers immortalized these magical scenes, capturing the festive atmosphere and the society that flourished atop the ice. Such vivid depictions help us appreciate how communities adapted to and even thrived in the face of unpredictable weather. The Thames Frost Fairs stand as a testament to human resilience and creativity, showcasing how people historically embraced nature's whims to forge fleeting yet memorable experiences. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we delve into another episode where weather's dramatic influence shaped human endeavors in remarkable ways. Moving forward, we arrive at the tragic yet pivotal event of the Galveston hurricane in 1900. Known as the deadliest natural disaster in United States history, this catastrophic hurricane struck without warning, devastating the city of Galveston, Texas. With winds reaching up to 140 miles per hour and storm surges surpassing 15 feet, the city was overwhelmed, leading to the tragic loss of an estimated 8,000 lives. The sheer scale of destruction underscored the critical need for advancements in weather forecasting and disaster preparedness. In the aftermath, Galveston embarked on a profound transformation. The city implemented significant changes in its urban planning, such as raising the elevation of buildings and constructing an enormous seawall that spanned over 10 miles, designed to protect against future storms. This disaster also catalyzed improvements in meteorological practices, prompting the establishment of more rigorous weather monitoring systems across the nation. Survivor stories from that fateful day serve as poignant reminders of human resilience and the overwhelming force of nature, capturing the harrowing experiences and acts of bravery against the backdrop of this powerful storm. Through these narratives, we gain deeper insight into how communities can rise from adversity, shaping policies and infrastructural innovations that continue to safeguard lives. As this chapter of history closes, we prepare to explore another moment where the forces of nature once again intersected with human history, altering its path in unforeseen ways. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we delve into the intriguing correlation between sunspot activity and weather. Sunspots, those dark patches on the sun's surface, have fascinated scientists and historians alike for centuries. Observations have noted that these sunspots seem to coincide with various climatic changes here on Earth. For instance, during periods of high sunspot activity, some regions have experienced unusual weather patterns, while periods of low activity often correlate with cooler temperatures. A significant historical example is the Maunder minimum, a span from the 1600s to the early 1700s, when sunspot activity was exceptionally low, aligning with the Little Ice Age, a period of cooler temperatures across Europe. This era saw widespread crop failures and famine, which in turn triggered socio-political upheavals like the French Revolution. Scientists have debated the extent of the impact that sunspots and solar cycles have on Earth's climate, but historical records provide compelling narratives that suggest a link. As we examine these records, they reveal how seemingly distant cosmic events can ripple through society, influencing everything from agriculture to political stability. The conversation around sunspots continues to evolve, with modern research seeking to understand their potential long-term impacts within the broader context of climate science. These explorations remind us of the interconnectedness of our universe, emphasizing the need for a multidisciplinary approach to understanding our climate's past and future. As the discussion unfolds, we move to another instance where weather played a crucial role in steering the course of history. Moving forward, we explore the impact of El Niño events, a natural phenomenon that profoundly influences global weather patterns. El Niño is characterized by the warming of ocean waters in the central and eastern tropical Pacific, disrupting atmospheric conditions worldwide. This warming can lead to severe and unpredictable weather events, including droughts, floods, and intense storms. Throughout history, El Niño has been a catalyst for significant climatic disruptions. For instance, during the El Niño of 1578 to 1579, parts of South America were drenched by torrential rains, causing devastating floods that reshaped local communities and economies. Meanwhile, in Southeast Asia and Australia, the same period brought prolonged drought and food shortages, challenging societies dependent on agriculture. These historical patterns reveal how El Niño can vary in impact, sometimes creating challenging conditions that alter entire landscapes and human lives. By studying these historical instances, scientists utilize climate models to better predict future occurrences and prepare for their potential impacts. Understanding El Niño's reach helps us recognize the global interconnectedness of weather systems and reinforces the importance of international collaboration in addressing climate-related challenges. This ongoing research not only aids in forecasting but also in developing strategies to mitigate the adverse effects, aiming to reduce the vulnerability of affected regions. As we examine the threads of history woven through weather phenomena like El Niño, we gain insight into how our world is intricately linked and how past lessons can guide us toward a more resilient future. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the severe winters of 1783 to 1784, a period marked by extreme cold that significantly shaped the political and economic landscapes of the United States and Europe. This chilling episode was largely triggered by volcanic eruptions, releasing vast amounts of ash and gas into the atmosphere, which in turn blocked sunlight and led to cooler temperatures. As the mercury plunged, agriculture bore the brunt, with crops failing across wide swaths of land. In the newly established United States, this crisis compounded existing economic challenges, straining resources and testing the resilience of its young nation. Across the Atlantic, European societies faced their own trials. The frigid conditions exacerbated food scarcity, inflaming tensions and driving unrest among populations already discontented with their governments. Historical climate records highlight the breadth of the impact, painting a stark picture of how a seemingly distant volcanic event could ripple across continents, unraveling social and political order. These winters serve as a poignant reminder of nature's unpredictability and the profound influence of weather on human affairs. Understanding these connections adds depth to our comprehension of historical events, emphasizing the need for vigilance and adaptability in the face of nature's formidable power. As we reflect on this period, it is clear that these lessons are as relevant today as they were centuries ago, urging us to remain ever aware of our environment's role in shaping our shared destiny. Now turning to the Siege of Syracuse, one of history's fascinating blends of myth and reality unfolds with the legendary figure of Archimedes at its center. During this ancient military conflict in the 3rd century before Christ, the concept of utilizing weather and natural elements as strategic tools took an imaginative turn. Archimedes, a revered mathematician and inventor, is said to have devised an extraordinary method to defend the city of Syracuse from Roman invaders by using mirrors to concentrate sunlight, effectively setting enemy ships ablaze with heat beams. This story, rich in intrigue and possibility, has invited both admiration and skepticism over the centuries, sparking scientific inquiries and debates. Experts in contemporary times have attempted to recreate these ancient tactics, showcasing how mirrors could indeed focus sunlight to create intense heat. However, the practical feasibility of using such a method in a combat scenario remains a topic of lively debate. Beyond the technical scrutiny, this tale captures the imagination, illustrating how human innovation often seeks to harness the forces of nature, even in ancient warfare. By probing into these accounts, we gain insight into the ingenuity attributed to historical figures like Archimedes and the broader human drive to integrate natural phenomena into strategic planning. This tale, whether true or emblematic, reflects the perpetual interplay between human creativity and the natural world, challenging us to consider how science and nature have been intertwined in shaping history. As we delve further into this narrative, it serves as a bridge to the broader discussion on the role of weather in the historical and strategic contexts, reminding us of the enduring legacy of innovation driven by necessity and curiosity. As the next challenge unfolds, we journey to the heart of the American Civil War, a period where weather played a pivotal role in shaping both strategies and outcomes on the battlefield. One notable example is the Battle of Antietam, fought in September of 1862, which remains one of the bloodiest single-day battles in American history. On the morning of the battle, dense fog blanketed the landscape, obscuring visibility and creating a surreal atmosphere that delayed the commencement of hostilities. As the sun gradually burned away the mist, the clarity revealed the sheer scale of the forces amassed, setting the stage for a chaotic and intense confrontation. Beyond Antietam, weather conditions throughout the Civil War influenced troop movements and logistics extensively. Muddy roads after heavy rains often slowed the transport of soldiers and supplies, while extreme temperatures tested the endurance of the men. The lack of adequate shelter during harsh winters or sweltering summer heat compounded these challenges, affecting morale and health. Historical photographs and letters from soldiers provide vivid accounts of these hardships, illustrating how weather was an unpredictable yet constant adversary. Understanding these elements not only enriches our comprehension of the tactical decisions made, but also highlights the resilience and resourcefulness of those involved. As we continue to explore the intricate dance between weather and warfare, it becomes clear that the environment often dictates the rhythm of human endeavor, echoing through each skirmish and strategic turn. This exploration into the Civil War's weather dynamics shows us that the elements, much like an unseen hand, can guide the course of history, reminding us of the unpredictable forces that both challenge and shape human progress. Now turning to the profound chill of the winter of 1940 in Britain, we uncover another layer of how weather has shaped pivotal moments in history. As temperatures plummeted, the nation found itself grappling with the severe freeze that gripped the landscape. This harsh winter struck at a time when Britain was already under the immense strain of the Second World War, adding to the challenges faced on both the home front and battlefront. Industries struggled as energy supplies dwindled, forcing factories to halt production and leaving workers idle. This had a cascading effect on the wartime economy, severely impacting the manufacturing of essential goods and military equipment. Transport was another casualty of the unforgiving cold. icy roads and snow-blocked railways disrupted the movement of supplies and personnel, creating bottlenecks that hindered war efforts. Personal stories from those who lived through this time paint a vivid picture of the daily struggles faced by ordinary people. Families huddled together for warmth, rationing food and fuel as they coped with the biting cold. Newsreels from the era capture scenes of resilience and resourcefulness, illustrating citizens adapting to the harsh conditions with grit and determination. Despite the challenges, the steadfast spirit of the British people shone through, demonstrating an unyielding resolve to persevere. This winter not only tested the logistical capabilities of a nation at war, but also highlighted the psychological fortitude required to withstand both environmental and man-made adversities. As we reflect on this period, it becomes evident how the intertwining of weather and warfare can significantly alter the trajectory of history. The winter of 1940 serves as a poignant reminder of the relentless power of nature and its ability to shape human destiny even amidst the chaos of war. As the next challenge unfolds, the influence of weather on the American Revolutionary War becomes undeniably apparent. One of the most iconic moments where weather played a critical role was during Washington's daring crossing of the Delaware River. The night of December 25, 1776, was marked by a fierce winter storm, with freezing rain and sleet intensifying the already harsh conditions. Despite the biting cold and treacherous river, General George Washington and his Continental Army persisted, recognizing the strategic advantage that the element of surprise could offer against the Hessian forces at Trenton. The storm, which initially seemed like a formidable obstacle, ultimately worked to their advantage. The adverse weather not only concealed the sound of the approaching army, but also lulled the enemy into a false sense of security, believing that no sane force would attempt a crossing under such extreme conditions. This successful surprise attack boosted the morale of the American troops, infusing new life into the revolutionary cause during a time of despair and hardship. The dramatic victory at Trenton, facilitated by the weather, showcased Washington's leadership and the resilience of his men. It illustrated how the natural elements could be harnessed strategically to turn the tide of war. Beyond just this event, various battles throughout the Revolutionary War were influenced by weather conditions, shaping strategies and outcomes in significant ways. The unpredictability of weather often required swift adaptations and innovative tactical decisions from both the American and British forces, underscoring nature's unpredictable role in shaping historical events. As we journey through these stories, the intricate dance between strategic human action and natural forces becomes clear, reminding us of the complex factors at play in the fight for independence. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we reflect on the profound influence of weather throughout history. From the audacious crossing of the Delaware River to countless other pivotal moments, weather has undeniably shaped human events, underscoring its power to alter the course of history. Each story reveals a unique interplay between human strategy and natural forces, highlighting weather's unpredictable yet impactful role in our past. As we conclude this journey through time, it's essential to recognize that while we can't control the weather, understanding its potential effects can prepare us for future challenges. We encourage you to consider how weather has impacted your own life and share your stories in the comments below. Your insights not only foster community interaction, but also enrich our collective understanding of the world. If you found this exploration fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content as we continue to uncover the mysteries of history shaped by the elemental forces of nature.